So I warned it would happen if Fishy Rishi didn't have the political and personal mettle to stand by his Deputy Prime Minister and closest political ally, Dominic Raab. And within a week, literally within a week, the British deep state civil service is now colluding with the MSM to force from office the Health Secretary, Steve Barclay. So he's the latest competent minister they have outrageously branded a bully because he's asking them to do their job and enact government policy with which the woke blob almost certainly disagrees. I'm sure the reason to target Barclay, I'm sure it's nothing to do with the fact the union crusher is taking on the dangerous sweeping the health service, starting with a victory in court today against the RCN, which will stop a 48-hour nurses' strike due to start on Sunday from going ahead. It was The Guardian, no surprises there, who have started this campaign, led by, again, no surprises, its political editor, Pippa Carrera, revealing that shock horror. Barclay sometimes hauls people over the coals and, this is according to them, generally a bit unpleasant. The Times added the minister could be, quote, difficult and demanding. I mean, who on earth would want a health secretary trying to save our failing NHS to haul his useless department over the coals to try and get action? But sure enough, where The Guardian starts, the rest of the craven anti-Tory MSM piles in.
5 days on from the resignation of Dominic Raab, the Deputy Prime Minister, over his behaviour towards his civil servants, Anushka has details of a complaint against another. How serious are these claims? What have you learned?
Well, myself and my colleague Lucy McDade have been hearing stories from sources in different parts of the health sector over recent weeks regarding to the behaviour of Steve Barclay. People have used words like bullying. Then today, The Guardian came out with a story that suggested that informal concerns had been raised with the most senior civil servant in the department, the permanent secretary.
Steve Barclay, is he a bully?
Absolutely not.
ITV News has heard that there are serious concerns within the Department of Health about Steve Barclay's behaviour. Are you concerned at all that your colleague's behaviour may have fallen short?
Well, Steve Barclay has made a statement in which he has said there have been no complaints made about him.
That hysteria prompted the health department to release this statement. The department has not received any formal complaints relating to the behaviour of its ministers. Any complaints relating to ministers or members of staff would be investigated in line with departmental guidance. But this isn't going to end here. Politico's Playbook reported this evening that Barclay might, quote, make unreasonable demands, such as for statistics that don't exist, and then be quite eggy when told they don't exist. Now, let me be very clear to Politico and the other ridiculous Westminster Tory witch hunters, this is not a story. Focus on what matters, for God's sake. So much is going wrong, especially within our health service. But Sunak needs to take responsibility here. He must understand this is the chilling consequence of his decision to let Raab walk the plank last week. Raab was the victim of a deep state plot, aided and abetted by the MSM. And he was right when he warned the bar has been set so dangerously low when it comes to ministers and the activist civil service, who spend more time these days briefing The Guardian than trying to fix the country.